Hello, friends. So, today I'm going to cover a very interesting topic of the conflict management, actually, in the Scrum Master, in the project management part, actually. So, what should we do when some sort of problems occurs and problems or the conflict occurs, and how should we manage those conflict? So, here I'm with many questions and answers of that as well. So in my last video, I have explained that whenever that is a scenario based questions comes, please do not stick to the one answer because it will make only 10% of the expectations. It will make only 10% of the expectations of the interviewer because they have the different they could have in fact different answer in their mind according to their experience actually. So try to give multiple answer actually for any situational based question. So let's start one by one the question. This all questions is my personal experience that I had, and so let's start with the questions actually. So many times what happens that the conflicts occur between the Scrum team actually. So there is a scenario based question that I'm just asking to you. You can also comment your answer just in the comment section to let us understand the community, and community can also just give their answer, and it will helpful to understand the different prospect, different scenarios, and the questions and answer based upon the conflict management. So yeah, so very first question that we have that suppose we have a scenario where conflict occurs between developers over the code implementation. Then as a scrum master, as a project manager, what is your scenario over there? So answering to this question, actually, first of all, uh, as I have told that please use the STAR methodology, where you have to first understand the situation, and then task, and then result, and then you have to just give your refine your answer accordingly actually. So okay, so let's start that if we have a kind of this situation where the two senior developers, okay, on the project is conflicting with each other, and both are the senior one, as I have told, and their delivery is fantastic. They are the more senior person in our team, but sometimes the conflict occurs. Then how would you manage these things? So uh, to understand, to mitigate this scenario, as a scrum master, what I did, I facilitated a technical discussion where both the developers presented pros and cons actually, and if needed, I would also ask the architect to come and join our discussion with their expert guidance, and align the decision with the long-term security goals, which is aligned with the uh, the the project objective. In fact, okay. So overall, we are working for a team. Conflicts usually occurs, and this conflict that is occurring, not mine, because this is a very healthy conflict that is being occurred, because this is not aligned with the personal conflict. In fact, they both have their different prospect in the terms of the quality of the deliverables that they are going to put. So yeah, that's a good thing in fact. So another question that could be asked actually. So for the conflict management is that suppose there is a conflict between the front end and the back end engineer, or maybe QA, and because of that, what is happening that someone, because of these someone, the team that just feel that because some of the team members, what is happening that there is a conflict, and because of that what is happening that there is a missed deadline. So how will you, as a scrum master or a project manager, how will you deal with this situation actually? So the scenario is very simple. The backend developer repeatedly missed sprint deadlines, okay, causing friction with the front end team, relying on the APIs. So in this situation, what I can see as a scrum master, what I can do is to arrange one-to-one meeting again to understand the blockers and the found if to understand that if any unclear requirement that the backend developers are having because of this this is happening multiple times. Okay, so what will I facilitate that while having the backlog grooming session, I'll just emphasize on to have the grooming in the more emphasized way with the better user story detailing, and I will also facilitate the paired backend development with a business analyst for the clarification. In fact, so it would be just aligning with the business objective and um, the upcoming product increment or the deliverables. Another type of conflict actually occurs when the QA and the developers, okay, usually it has been seen that they are not very much aligned with each other. They are aligned, but there is always a conflict because QA has their different perspective of things to check the quality and what is being delivered, because he is the main he is the primary focus person when any type of defects or anything happens. So before going giving their note to yes, we can just go for the UAT or on the prod. There actually you know the note very much matters actually. So that's why it's happened. So let's come to this situation that QA raises a critical defects on the one of the project that I was doing, suppose, and they have raised that there is a payment gateway issue. Okay, so and uh, it was some API. It was some external API. Because of that, the payment gateway sometimes just happens. Sometimes it doesn't happen. But when the developers were working it, it was working fine, and he has delivered and pushed into the QA team to just check it out. But at the same time, it was not working, and the QA was feeling that developer has not worked in fact. Okay, so this is the situation. So how will you deal with? So as a scrum master, uh, I will just facilitate, the defective try is session. Okay, so I will just first of all try to understand whenever the defect is being analyzed. So yeah, I will just try to understand that what is the priority of that defect and the customer impact in fact. So by aligning the severity levels, okay, and the driving and to creating a data driven approach. Okay, so we will just sit with a QA team and the developer to meet the resolution in fact. So in the terms of the if I see the payment gateway is not working, it just impact the revenue of the customer, and it is a very bad experience for the user. So definitely I will ask the developers to just take on to this priority by the help of the product owner in fact. And yeah, I will also make sure that why this kind of things happens, and yeah, I will also try to just collaborate with the third party API provider to make sure that this kind of API down should be minimized. Okay, so in this way, I've just aligned and to mitigate this the issue. I will also let QA team to be just be aware that how to check that if some APIs are down during the testing. Okay, so in this way, you have just aligned with the developers and the QA that yes, the work has been done, but it is the external factor because of that is happening, and it is not the case that engineers has not worked. But yes, thanks for your output. Okay, and we would be uh, just considering this is an urgent, on the urgent basis if this kind of API down used to happen again in the future. Yeah. So again, going to the next conflict that usually occurs in the most company is that conflict between Q and development over defect prioritization. So as in the last question, I've told that I would be prioritizing with the help of the product owner and to prioritize the task. But what's happened that sometimes Q and the development team also just have the conflicts on the defects prioritization. So scenario is that the QA raises critical defects in one of your project. Okay, and but developers argue that they are the minor push. Okay, so if that kind of things happens, so here it is very much wiseful that to just bring the PO in the case and just align with the both the teams, developing teams and the Scrum teams to let them know that what is more important, which is putting the value, and because of that, what are the tasks that they have, they are not you know the putting the value. So upon the basis of that, we can just align the priorities. So because in Scrum framework itself, it has been told that anything it is impacting the user, or it is impacting the value-based deliverables, we should take care of that at the most urgent. There is another type of conflict that occurs mainly between the product owner and development team. So in the last question, if there was a defect prioritization, we just came and sit with the product owner to just let them decide that what should be the priority. But here again, what happened when there is a conflict between the development team and the product owner upon the and some of the scenarios. So scenario is here the product owner wants to introduce the last minute changes. This happens a lot in the practical scenario. Actually, the product owner or the stakeholders just comes at last of the sprint when a team is about to deliver the sprint goal, and it happens. Then how to deal with this kind of situation when the last minute changes used to come, in fact. So here what's to be, because the scrum team is more and more very much scared about that if this last minute changes would be here, then what will happen that it will disrupt the sprint and the velocity of the team as well. So so it happens. So here the solution is very simple, and just understand this that the if there could be any kind of and a number of scenario here, that if the product owner is just emphasizing that this is the last minute changes very much crucial, then we'll have to understand the impact actually. Okay, and first of all, we'll have to go through the task that product owner has given, because it is product owner is well aligned with the stakeholders and all. So sometimes it happens there are the number one scenario that it is something that the compliance issue is coming, and product owner wants to just put it because it would lift the heavy the penalty actually. Okay. So if the last minute change is all about the company revenue, we should just take care of this because it should be on the top priority. And yeah, um, so if any last changes which is coming to the UI changes which is not affecting the user experience, yeah, but that is all about the icing on the cake. So it can be just taken to the next sprint. So all those things happens with the coordination of PO and the PO and the stack, yeah, and the stakeholders, in fact. So we have to align and we have to prioritize with the PO, in fact. So we'll have to set and we'll have to define the COD, in fact, at the cost of delay. That if the any type of changes is being introduced which is not which is not under the cost of delay, then we can just put it into the next sprint, or else if it is affecting the the revenue or any compliance, and there is a cost of delay value is more, then we should take those things in the under that sprint. And although we are knowing that as a sprint, as a scrum master, we have always should in fact take the sprint buffer, in fact. So we have to also see that work that what the product owner is asking about to have at the last time is accommodated within that buffer, or not. Or we can also do that the whatever the task has been assigned, we can just by forget those into the minor story points, and the more thing the more important things, the more important task could be included in the current sprint, and the later on can be just put it for the next sprint as well. Yeah. Uh, the the next conflicts questions also comes where the team members avoid the peer code review. Okay, the scenario is like that the senior developer consistently skip code review feedback, causing quality issue in the your in fact project. So how, as a scrum master, how will you deal with this issue? I hope that you have understood the question. So here nothing could be done except that you'll have to just educate the senior developer that how this is important. Okay, you'll have to show him that the peer review is most important things, and it's just to give you the retrospect that what is the chance of refinement and what is wrong. Okay, and in fact the senior engineers should be taking care of that seriously. uh, so uh, we'll have to let them understand that if the junior engineer is working with the senior engineers with the code peer review, it is more important because at the same time what's happening, that the junior engineer is also just be aware that what is happening inside the code, and we will have to let understand the senior engineer that in case you are at any time you are absent and something goes wrong, then your teammate can also take care of those kind of issue. So this doesn't take this ceremony or this step of the peer code review as a wasting of time, but it's a part of the quality check that you must adhere to for the the better quality of the product, in fact. Okay. uh, there's another conflict used to be happen where there is a team member, suppose X and Y. So X says that yes, I have a more and more story point with us, and I have just your burden, and Y says that no, I have I have the number of tasks is less, but I have the very complex task I have. So this type of conflict occurs when the team says that, hey, I have unequal work distribution, please align with that. So as a scrum master, what is your approach? This is a very tricky question, in fact. So here, actually, you'll have to just show them with the chart, actually, that what are the kind of the work you have. Okay, that chart is called the sprint workload visualization. Okay, if you are using the Jira, Asana, Trello, what are the tools you are using, you just show that what the works under the X and what the works under the Y. Okay, and be flexible at that point of time. If as a scrum master you fail, or uh, you feel that yes, someone really has the number of tasks is more, or the more complex task, and he just needs that engineers really needs some sort of supports to just have the quality work. So at the same time, if engineers fails, so I can just redistribute task or the minor task to the junior engineers as well, to just avoid the overburden of the task. Okay, so yeah, there is approach that being a scrum master you should take to just visualize them with the help of the sprint workload visualization. And yeah, second is redistributing task and ensuring even workload distribution if it is happening. Okay, and to make the team comfortable while working. This is a very general questions as well, that the cultural difference. Okay, so with the cultural difference, what's happening that there is collaboration with the team. Okay, there's a misalignment with the collaboration with the team. So I'm giving you a scenario, and as a scrum master, what is your view? You can also comment and just share your view on this as well. So scenario is that the offshore and the onshore teams had a communication gap, leading to misunderstanding in the requirements and the implementation. So as a scrum master, what should we do? So if there is a misalignment, okay, with the culture difference, with the time difference, and whatever, so there's only one solution for these to just uh, get it sync with the team, in fact. Okay, and to let them with the documentation and all those things, that what is the expectation from the team. Okay, because sometimes when the scrum master is doing the daily scrum and all, syncing with the team, so might be there is sometimes with the culture difference, with the language difference, with the understanding, okay, capabilities, there might be misaligned. So there is a one thing that if the communication gap is coming, we should have you know the syncing up, okay, very nicely with the documentation. So that should be the alignment, in fact. Okay, so yeah, there are multiple scenario that could happen with the conflict management, and this is the very burning topic, in fact, and in any interview, actually this is used to ask. So I've just tried to cover most of the questions here. So if more and more questions comes, please just comment on the comment section, and let's uh, collaboratively just answer that how we should use to deal with this kind of situation. I hope my video is useful for you. This is all the things that what I'm asking and doing here is very much on the practical basis. Okay, so thank you. Keep watching my video. Thanks a lot.